There is another question about the host for the people who are applying for the diversity visa lottery and for the people who are the winners of the diversity visa lottery. How can you relocate to the United States, be given the immigrant visa at the visa interview at the US Embassy without having a host? We know that when you apply for the visa, fill in the visa form, you have to indicate where you are going to stay. But not everybody can get a person to stay here in America. So if that's the case, you don't have a reliable person to stay, what should you do? Can you let the opportunity goes away that I cannot fill the form because I don't have the host? Or can you find a way to process and get the visa? Still, you don't have the host. So, I'm sharing what you can be able to do, but it has to find a way also, is a legal way, but also it can be able to cost you in one way or another. Number one is this way. When you are filling the application for the diversity visa lottery, you don't need to know anybody in America. You don't. Because there is no any place they require you to put the address of the person in the United States. The address in the diversity visa lottery application is the address where you are right now at the time of application. But after winning, you need to put the address of where you'll be staying. Because you are supposed to fill the visa form, the immigrant visa form DS-260. In order to fill that form, you have to put, the question is, write down the address where you'll be staying in the United States of America. And the question is the same, that address will be the one, or write the address where we are going to send the social security number. Or they will send also the green card basically, and the social. That's what they need. So, the question does not say, who is your host? The question says, which address are you going to stay in America? Remember, that address will be the one they are going to send the visa, send you a green card, and also they will send you the social security number, unless others you change down the road. You can change, you can put any address there while you start processing to submit, but once you get the visa application date, like the scheduled date for the interview, there is no way you can change that address. So, this is the way I've told people there are different ways to find a host. To find a place where you're going to stay in America. There is a video about that. Just write EBMSCHOLARS host. You'll see the videos on YouTube. There are ways about, you can find a way like finding friends, go to the Facebook groups which have people, winners for the DV lottery, or groups for people from your own country or your own region. Go to the religious groups, churches, mosque, whatever. Wherever you can find people, just post on Facebook, I've won the DV lottery, anybody in America wants to host me, but I've already talked over and over. You can find a way to start having friends, people in different countries, so that if something happens, you can use them. But assume, for whatever reason, you do not know anybody. So you can ask a person. I don't say you ask me, but I say, listen to me. Person like me, I can give you my address. You can put in my address as you're going to be your host, but you're not coming to stay with me. So I can tell you, okay, I can give you my address. Yes, the social security or the card will come here. Once it comes here, I will take it, I will send it to you wherever you are. But you're not going to stay in my house. So for that particular case, that is the way. So someone gives you the address of where they're staying, will be your host, but technically you're not going to stay with me. So while you are processing, you are processing the situation where you can come, go to stay in the hotel, or you can find Airbnb, or you can find the motel to start staying there. Maybe for the first week you'll find the apartment. So you come there right away, you have to find your own apartment. Within the first week, you'll get it. Then when you move there, you can change the address, and the card, if you send to me, to my address, then I will send it to you. That is the way. You don't need to have a host. But you must have the money to arrive and stay in the hotel, or to stay in the Airbnb, to stay in the motel, and right away you find the apartment on your own. And then, but when you go to the US Embassy, I will be hypothetical, your host. So when you go to the embassy, say, yeah, my host is Ernest, is EBM. So for that particular case, you give them the address which is there on the DSC 260 at the embassy. Yeah, I know this person, blah, 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 say will host me. But technically, you are not staying in my house. So when you come, maybe you come to Missouri, you can go to another state, you find wherever you want to stay. That's how you can move without a host. But remember, on the visa form, you must put the address. And possible, sometimes I've seen this one, what I did for my nephew. This was happened. We lived while we filled the visa. We filled the visa form, and at the time he was preparing for the visa until he was getting the visa interview. We were in one apartment. Then, after visa interview, before he came here, we moved to a new house. So while we were in the new house, so even if we change the address, the day he arrived here, we changed the address on the system, but the card was sent to the previous address. But because we forwarded all the addresses to the new address, so we are able to get the green card too. So even if you change right away, sometimes the US government is very, very slow. So don't be surprised. So that's why you need to know someone you agree that I'm using your address, the card might come to you. If the card comes to you, please, you'll forward it to me to the address I will give you upon arriving in the United States. So that is how you can move to the United States without a host. But find a way on how you can be able to get a person, even just for 1 week or 1 month, so that you can save a certain cost of the hotel. You can just get the apartment right away, but you have a place like a 1 week to stay instead of spending $500 in the hotel or in the Airbnb before. So thank you. Stay tuned for more videos from EBM Scholars.